Good morning. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chantelle. This is my basic journey. And I'm in New Mexico right now. I have been living in my minivan for just over a month. And I love it. It is so much fun. And I'm in the most beautiful freaking campsite I have ever been in my life. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Just wait. I have to get up and go to the bathroom first, and then I'll show you my campsite. But this place is freaking insane. Oh my goodness, it's so cold. But I'm okay with that because, oh my gosh, you guys, the spot, like driving in here, I was literally like in tears because it was so beautiful. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek out of my window here. All of my windows are super frosty. But like, what? This is just from my little crack of space in my window. You guys, this place is absolutely insane. Morning, Joe. We've been cuddling because it's so freaking cold. Oh. So it's supposed to gain like 5 degrees in the next hour, so I'm just gonna like stay in here and stay bundled until then before I start making coffee. But then I'll show you more. And I don't really have anything planned to do today, so I stayed here last night. I came from White Sands, if you guys saw my video going there. And honestly, like, this place, I paid less to come here. Okay, it was only $15 to get into White Sands. I paid less money to stay here for 2 nights than I did to go to White Sands. And this is a beyond way more beautiful than that. Like, don't get me wrong, White Sands was really cool, but it's not somewhere that I could spend like all day. Like, it was cool driving through, and then after a few hours I was like, okay, well, this is just big piles of sand, so I'm gonna go. This place is crazy. Like, I just went to the bathroom and I was like, how is this only $7 a night? Oh my goodness. However, there are signs and warnings and stuff that because the road is so curvy and windy coming in here, that vehicles past 22 feet probably shouldn't take it. And it was like really, really curvy and kind of steep. But oh my gosh, this place is so nuts. So after it gets a little bit warmer, I'll bring you guys out there and we can make coffee. I'll show you my campsite. And then I think there's like a little trail you can walk on. So I think we're going to go do that later today once it's warmer because it's supposed to warm up a lot. But it's really cold right now. So we're just going to stay in here and cuddle until it gets warmer. Look at all the frost melted. Means I can finally go outside. Look at this place, you guys. It's crazy. All right, let's go make some coffee and then I'll show you more. Okay, let's go. It's so beautiful. Huh, Joe? I think he really likes it here. And the spot I have is huge. Tons of places to put like tents and whatnot. So I figured while I'm sitting here drinking my coffee that I can kind of just sit down and talk with you guys. I mentioned earlier in this video, I've been on the road for a month now and I just hit my 1 month mark. I know there's a lot of people interested in how much it costs to actually live this lifestyle. And before I give you any numbers, because I am going to tell you how much I spent this month, I just want you to keep in mind that not everybody's financial situation is the same, and you can really make this lifestyle as expensive or as cheap as you'd like. Obviously, if you're staying in one place, it would be a lot cheaper. If you decide not to go to campgrounds or buy a shower in a travel center, it's going to be a lot cheaper. So just keep that in mind when you're hearing my numbers, that if you think it's unrealistic for you, you can definitely adjust this to make it more fitting for your lifestyle. So I actually went through and wrote down all of my expenses. So if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at this paper. I broke my expenses down into 7 different categories. So we have gas, accommodations, van maintenance, groceries, my personal bills, eating out, and then souvenirs. Obviously, eating out and souvenirs can be completely eliminated if you wanted to, but I didn't really spend that much. I was actually pretty proud of myself. I was really trying hard. Okay, I have a coffee addiction. If you guys watch my channel, you know I have a coffee addiction, and so I was actually very proud of the number that came up for this. But let's start with gas, because that's probably the main thing that people are worried about. So in this first month, I drove 1,506 miles. I started from Illinois, and when I hit my month mark, I was in New Mexico. And since gas is relatively cheap, like I barely have paid over $2 a gallon for it, this number was a lot smaller than I even expected. Altogether, for gas, I paid $205.82. Honestly, I don't know why, but I was expecting it to be at least double that. I really didn't do the math of like how many miles I would be driving because I didn't really know where I was going. I also traveled pretty slowly. 1,500 miles isn't that many. And then I also think that next month, because I'll be staying kind of in the same area for most of winter, that my expenses for gas and accommodations are going to be a lot smaller. So talking about accommodations, I included anything like staying in a hotel, staying at a campground, getting a shower, all of those things combined. I only actually paid $239. The majority of that is actually from when I stayed in Roswell. I paid around $100 or so to stay in a hotel for 2 nights because it was pretty cheap. And to reiterate what I've already said, this is something that can be completely eliminated. You guys obviously don't have to stay in a hotel, but I'm telling you, that 1 or 2 nights that you have where you have running water, a hot shower, free Wi-Fi, a huge bed to sleep in, heat or air conditioning depending on the weather, it's honestly like, it made me feel refreshed just having those 2 nights in Roswell. It was amazing. So you don't have to stay in a hotel. You don't have to stay in campgrounds. Obviously, like, this number could be completely different for you if you don't stay at any of them, or especially if you don't want to stop and pay $14 for a shower. This could be a completely zero number for you, but altogether I paid $239 for accommodations. As far as van maintenance goes, I think that this is something that will dramatically change month to month depending on if something breaks down or if it's the month you need an oil change, which that was this month. And this could dramatically change a lot depending on if something was to break down, because a lot of repairs are not cheap. But luckily this month I didn't have any maintenance issues. All I had to do was get an oil change, so I paid $68.07. I do get a high mileage, so it is a little bit more expensive than your typical oil change, but I'm willing to spend that just because my van is older and I was recommended to get a high mileage oil change from my previous mechanic, and so since then I've just been getting them everywhere I go. My next category is grocery, and once again, this is something that will vary greatly depending on you as a person and what you spend at the grocery store. My grand total for the month for all things grocery, like literally anything you would pick up from Walmart, was only $299.72. This is pretty good in my opinion. That's less than $100 a week. I normally, before I moved into a van, would spend averagely around $50 to $75 a week. So this is pretty much on par of what I was spending before I moved into my van. Now we have my personal bills, and once again, I feel like I'm just regurgitating the same information, but this will vary greatly depending on you as a person. Me personally, I don't have a lot of bills. I really don't. And so really all that's included is my phone bill, my car insurance, Netflix. What else do I pay for? I have a Planet Fitness membership that I literally never use, so that $23 that comes out of my account is pretty much useless. And because they're all shut down pretty much now, I haven't been going to them at all. I think that once this pandemic kind of, slows down, I'll probably use them more often for showers. But since most of them have been closed that I've driven through, I haven't been stopping at them. And I would just pay for a shower at a travel center. But I do pay for Planet Fitness. I also have a monthly fee for my website, which is only $6, but I did include that. My personal bills only come out to $184.78. Now, I know a lot of people, their personal bills are a lot higher than this, whether it's credit card debt or medical expenses. I know that my personal bills are on the lower side, but don't get discouraged because, like I said, you can adjust like pretty much any of the other categories to fit your needs. My last two categories are ones that could probably be eliminated completely, but like I said, I do have a coffee addiction and I also have a sticker addiction. So when I go places to visit, that's what I buy as souvenirs. So my first eating out bills were only $91.02. This is actually really good for me because before I moved into my van, I was spending probably at least 3 times that amount. Okay, because Grubhub is like the worst. And when you're in a van in the middle of freaking nowhere, you can't Grubhub shit, excuse my language. So yeah, majority of that was probably coffee, and also if I stopped and got food anywhere, or even if I went to a gas station just to get sodas or whatever, I included that in this $91. For souvenirs, I lucked out by liking the cheaper souvenirs, aka stickers, because that's really all I buy, or pins, and they're both relatively cheap, and I didn't buy that many. I only spent $33.25 on souvenirs, and that was just stickers and 2 pins. Before I give you my grand total, I just wanted to throw out there again, not to be discouraged by this number if this is more than what you can afford. Because as you can see from my categories, most of these, besides my personal bills, can be adjusted to make it fit your lifestyle. Like, please do not think like, oh my gosh, I can't afford that. I would never be able to do this, because even I could eliminate some of these things and make this cheaper. And if I was more frugal and better with my money, I probably would have. All right, you guys, drum roll. So my grand total for my first month of van life was $1,121.66. So for me, I kind of thought of it as my gas and accommodations is kind of my rent. So between gas and accommodations, my grand total was about $445. Honestly, that's cheaper than any rent that I've had. So I personally think that I did pretty good. And I mean, I could eliminate getting coffee. I could eliminate getting sodas from the gas station. I could eliminate like any souvenirs. I don't have to get stickers, right? But $445 for rent is pretty good in my opinion, and probably lower than most people's rent anywhere in the United States. I don't know, you guys. I hope that was helpful for some people who are wondering about whether or not they could afford this lifestyle. I just didn't want to like put it out there and make you guys feel discouraged about it, because somebody hearing like, oh my gosh, that's almost $1,200 a month. But really, like, I could adjust that to make it lower. I don't have to drive. I don't have to eat out. I don't have to stay in a hotel. But those are things that I wanted to do, that I enjoyed, and I was able to do. I don't know. I hope it helped some of you though, and maybe realize like, oh, I could actually totally do this. Because before I got into my van, you see these people with these like beautiful, huge sprinters, and they're like traveling everywhere and going to different countries in their van. And it's like, that would not be attainable for even me. Like, I would not be able to do that. I had to drive slowly. In fact, I had to stay some places longer than I was intending so that I could wait to get paid first before moving on. And you know what? That might happen more in the future too, but I don't plan on traveling as fast as I did. In fact, these last couple weeks, I have been going a lot faster just because it was getting cold really fast and I wanted to get to warmer weather. But I don't know. I hope it helped you guys. And now we're gonna go explore this area that I just showed you in the beginning of the video. But I sincerely hope that this helps some of you. I'm on my way to the bathroom and I figured I would show you guys what the bathrooms look like here. I actually go in the men's bathroom because I've learned from experience being a camp host that women are actually grosser in public bathrooms than men. And it's not because the women are grosser, but it's because women don't trust public bathrooms. So they squat and then they pee all over the seat. And so there's literally piss all over the seat in the women's bathroom. And the men's bathroom is much cleaner, but I'll show you guys what the bathrooms look like here. It's just a pit toilet, but they're not bad. I honestly just can't get over this view. So these are the Oregon mountains, not like Oregon, but like Oregon in your bodies. And that is the tallest peak. It's the Oregon Needle Mountain. It's so beautiful. Like, I cannot believe this place is only $7. I just like blows my mind. All right, you guys, I'm getting ready now to go on my little walk around this campground. You guys can see it a little bit. In the beginning, I'm heading towards the entrance right now. It's past the bathroom there. And so right past the bathroom is the entrance. And that little stand over there, let's zoom into it. That is the fee station. So as you can see, it's only $7. And then they have the envelopes there that you put into that after you put the money in there. So as I was coming in, I saw that there was a trailhead before you get to the actual fee station. And so that is where we're heading now, because we want to take that trail and just see where it goes for a little bit. You guys, these views are freaking incredible. Like, just look at this view of the valley. It is so freaking gorgeous. I feel like you can literally see for miles. It's so crazy. And the trailhead is right up here by this little parking area. So we're just gonna take it and see where it goes for a little bit. Enjoy the nature. Since it's nice out right now, because it has been really cold the last couple days I've been in New Mexico. Even tonight it's supposed to get down to like 20 again. So here we are at the trailhead, and it looks like it's the Baylor Pass Recreation Trail, 6 miles one way. We'll probably not be doing all of that, but I'm excited. You can just come and hike, and it's only $5 for parking pass. You know it's going to be a good hike when they have to warn you might die. All right, you guys, this is where I'm going to end this video. I hope that by sharing my expenses with you for my first month of van life, that it showed you that this lifestyle really is doable, and you can definitely budget differently than me and make this work for your lifestyle. I just wanted to share it with you because I wanted you guys to know that it doesn't have to be this very extravagant or fancy lifestyle. You don't have to have the high top Sprinter van. You don't have to have all the bells and whistles in your van. Like, you can do this with just a simple minivan. That's the cool thing about life, is that you can live it however you want. You can make it as extravagant or not as you want. And me, I find simple pleasures in being out in nature and staying at campgrounds, and that is what I like to do. This doesn't mean that that's what you have to do, but it is an example of like, it's really not as expensive as people make it out to be. It really is a doable lifestyle. And if you guys are interested in how I make money on the road, please comment below because I will make that video. You really can customize this lifestyle to fit any financial situation. I really just wanted to show you guys that this lifestyle really is possible. Like, you don't have to have a trust fund or a fancy job in order to do this. I mean, it did take me a good couple years to make myself able to live on the road. But thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet, please do so below. I'll also leave a link for my Patreon in case you guys are interested in supporting my channel. $1 out of every donation does go to a charity that you guys get to choose, and it's a lot of fun, so check that out. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!